certified recovery specialist. And I work with individuals who are recovering from drug use, substance use, and mental health disorders. So it's also a part of my calling. And my book is a self-help book. That's where it all started. I'm one person that believes that if you're going to get help, you got to start with trying to help yourself at least. You know, because can't nobody else help you unless you actually want to help yourself. So if you don't like have all the answers, or you can't find all the answers, you can have a moment to just sit with yourself, you know, and then know what the next step in your journey is actually to take. I think if we sat with ourselves a little bit more and listen to our own thoughts, we can actually find the help that we need. Even if it's just saying, I need help and I don't know how to get it. I come across a lot of people who, especially in this community, in the city of Wilmington, they need help. They don't know where to get it from. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know if they can talk to anybody. I've given this book sold it to a couple girls in my community who have came back to me and like, I actually am seeing a therapist now. I'm actually able to get up and take my kids to school and have a moment with myself with your book. I speak about hard experiences. I have a poem in here called The Rain, and it's about the generational trauma of gun violence. I speak about my brother who was involved in gangs and was killed from being involved in gangs. He first was paralyzed from the chest down in 2018. He passed 6 weeks after my mother, after being in a coma for 2 years. That's a lot of our stories, you know. My mother was a strong woman, but she didn't always take care of herself because she was too busy taking care of everybody else, you know. Self-help is, I'm going to take care of me first. And learning from that and seeing that and understanding that it's okay not to be okay. You don't have to be strong all the time. Me personally, my own life, I've been able to accomplish so much more. One, with talking to God. Those moments sitting with myself, I had to find God in them. When I found him and I started speaking to him and letting him speak to me by just listening to my own thoughts that I was having, realizing which ones were negative and which ones are positive, which ones were his voice and which ones weren't. Just having that moment with myself, I could identify the two. Because I was able to identify the two, I'm able to stand here and do what I'm doing, you know? And we all can. Anybody can. I tell my kids all the time, chase your dreams. Like she was just saying with her students. You know, go after your dreams. Follow your passions. Do what makes you happy. We living in enough turmoil. We living in enough things in this time that it's already so much against us. It always has been. So why not try to find happiness and spread love and spread joy and spread happiness? Because it's just as contagious, you know?
So how do you get that point across to a person that is, say, possibly homeless, you know, out on the street, or, you know, like they have like a real serious addiction or something? I mean, how do you get that point across to them?
I tell them my story. I've been homeless. I've been addicted to alcohol, smoking weed. I've been out on the streets. I've sold drugs. I've been involved in street life. I tell them my story. That if I can get to where I am, then you can too. You can be and have a greater existence than anything else that you've ever known that's around you if you think beyond what you accustomed to. You don't have to be a product of your environment. Just because it's around you. Just because you're the only person in your family that may want to be better. I guarantee you, for one, you talk to God. If you build a relationship with the higher power, because that's first and foremost, he never gonna let you down.
So I really like the fact that you talked about people getting some therapy or something like that, because I know that in our community,
absolutely,
we don't really.
It's a stigma.
Yeah, right.
Well, prior to this, I had a podcast called Literally Just Talk Radio, and it was a self-help podcast. And one of my episodes, I spoke with a black woman doctor by the name of Monet Clark, and it was the stigma around mental health in our communities. And there really is this like almost an underlining thing where you don't tell people what's going on in your house. You know how it is. That's how we grew up. Whatever go on in this house, stay in this house.
Yep.
You know, you don't tell people outside on the streets your business.
Yep.
But a lot of our issues start from that conditioning. Our mothers' mothers were taught the exact same things. I was late diagnosed with ADHD, and come to find out it's hereditary. It's also epigenetic. Epigenetic is because of your surroundings. Your brain chemistry is actually changed from living in traumatic situations, from going through traumatic situations. I thought at one point in my life it was normal to see people get shot. I thought everybody struggled with having food in their house. I thought everybody had food stamps. And then when I found out, oh snap, that's not the way everybody lives, really? Then it'll change something in you. Hello, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good to meet you. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.